name is Dottie Kluttz. We have lived in Savannah since 1974, and I have always, I think because of my parents, have believed in volunteerism, and so we've been involved in a lot of projects. I am a nurse by profession, so I taught at what is now Georgia Southern in their nursing school, and I'm also a hospice nurse for Hospice Savannah. In 2001, I created a program at Hospice Savannah called the Storekeeping program, and we go to our patients' bedsides and record them telling us their life story, their memories. We write letters for occasions when they won't be there, such as weddings and graduations. It gives the patient a chance to say, I was here, this is what I did well, this is what I didn't do so well, these are my dreams for you, these are my hopes for you. And it works wonderfully on two levels. One is the patient gets to say, hey, this is me, and the other is the family gets to hear their voice, telling their memories for a long time. Story has always been a part of my life. My father told us stories, from ghost stories, to family life stories. And I was one of the children that was lucky to be on a farm with your grandmother where she sat on the porch and we shelled peas and she told me family stories. So stories have always been a part of my life, and I've always believed, in quote, their power. And so I just created it. And I went to our then director, Judy Brunger, and said, may I create this program and have this program here in Hospice Savannah? And she said yes. And that's not an easy decision because you have to fund it. She's losing a nurse and gaining a storekeeper, and things had to be created in order to have the storekeeping program. But she said yes. And because she said yes, she's influenced a lot of people's lives because there's so many stories out there now that haven't been kept. Families just aren't keeping stories, and they need to be. And you can't wait till the hospice nurse knocks on your door before you start asking loved ones about their lives. We all want to be remembered more than one generation back. We all want to know that we made some little dent on this earth when we were here. And so that's the reason why I believe in storekeeping. I see what it was like to be on a farm and to get up in the morning and milk the cows and get things done on the farm before you went to school. And pooling your money together, giving all your money from chores and whatever to your mother so that the whole family had that one pot of money for their bills and for their life. And making do with whatever you had. Christmas ornaments were handmade. The stocking that you hung out was a clean sock that you had cleaned for that particular occasion of having Santa come. Getting raisins and oranges and being so grateful for them. With children today, getting everything and wanting more, So I think listening to those stories will probably be the thing that has influenced me. I believe that every relationship that you have during your life is what brings you to where you are now. You're not the age that you are now. You're all the ages you have ever been. And so those people who enter your life and spend some time with you are the ones that really influence you. And I'm lucky enough to have a family that cared for me and loved me and showed me the way. I have friends who are artists. They bring that whole world to me. I have friends who are gardeners and ecologists, and so all of those people influence me rather than just one particular person. I'm really proud of the Tybee Post Theater. My husband and I we're pretty important in bringing it together, along with a lot of people. It took all of us really at Tybee to do that. But Jim took the lead and said, I believe that you and I need to be the ones to really put this together. And so we did. And we brought this wonderful old building that sat there in rack and ruin. I mean, it was just a dusty, horrible place. And now it's beautiful and wonderful and adored by the community, and it's only been there for 5 years, but everybody thinks it's been there forever, and they all love it and, you know, and claim it, and we want them to. That's fantastic. And the other person who was so involved in that was Cullen Chambers, who was the director of the Historical Society. And he was such a visionary and wonderful. When I was 6 years old, I was introduced to a very wise philosopher who has lots of many great thoughts, and his name is Winnie the Pooh. And so this quote that I'm going to say to you, I think is just so wonderful to think about when you're in difficult situations or when you're just kind of navigating through life. And it goes like this: always remember that you are braver than you believe, you are stronger than you seem, you are smarter than you think, and you are more loved than you know. And I think that pretty much covers it, you know, when you're trying to negotiate life.
I'm Dr. Kathleen Benton, CEO of Hospice Savannah, and we're proud to support SmartWomen in the Telfair Mammography Fund.